Why are they doing that? As I was saying in part one, basically, target individuals are test subjects. That's why so much effort is utilized to ruin, to torment a regular civilian. Why we're so important? It's not because it's, they hate you so much. No. Why so much effort is put into this? Why so much effort is put into the destruction of a human being? For those who aren't target individual, I know it sounds crazy. It's like this sense of grandeur that the whole world is against us. The truth is, they are assets of some sort. Target individual are an asset because we are test subjects. That's why so much investment, effort, time is used to destroy a target individual. It's not just to destroy a target individual, a human being, just for the destruction of a human being. No, because they're being utilized as human subjects in a program where they are developing technology that you think is science fictional. But they've been developing this technology for so long. Hence, they will put so much effort in whatever they're doing to this test subject. I'm a nobody. I don't understand that if this is happening to me, it's because there must be a benefit that is benefiting a lot of people in ways that are just very, very high level. The benefits is they need a human being or many human beings to utilize where they will do these things to them, which will help develop advanced technology. What kind of technology? It will be technology that currently, and let me just say this, technology that's currently weaponized. And who is developing this technology? Yes, you've heard it. These DoD entities have been working on technology for so long, and I only know that because I became a target individual and started doing a very basic research, and I mean very light research, and understood, oh my goodness, for decades and decades, they've had been working on technology that not only would be able to target human subject remotely, be able to hit the target individual using energy weapon system, which we know as directed energy weapon system, which if you look it up, you see how much investment has been put into that. That could be so accurate that they can even target a human body in internal organs and in different ways, can damage the body slowly, precisely, however they want it. And even right now, you can look it up. You'll be surprised of the effort that these DoD entities have been working on. They're not going to talk about... right now, when you hear direct energy, you think like, oh, just hitting planes and this. It is way more refined than what you think. They can selectively target human beings in ways you can't even understand. I am dealing with what's happening to my body because they can do these things. And target energy will bring that up a lot. But something that is even more, almost not even believable, almost like science fictional, is since the 50s, since the Korean War, there's been an initiative to learn on how they can manipulate human mind, not only using tactics and techniques that's considered brainwashing, like old school brainwashing, but technology that can literally alter the mind. And they put money, efforts, research into the ability to alter human minds since the 50s. And even in the 50s and the 60s, they already were able to do certain things that you couldn't even believe that today they could do at the time. In the 50s and the 60s, you can see a man called Jose Delgado, one of the many of the people they founded to help develop this technology, implanting electrodes in the brains and see how they can stimulate monkeys to have sexual arousals and things like that, developing ways to map the brain so they can manipulate the brain. And so much they were able to see so much of what they can do by controlling this part of the brain. And then you see that other entities like DARPA were also investing, but with that implanting electrodes, things that are a little bit more remote, with minimal implantation of any sort. And this is from the 60s. And today, you can only imagine if this is what they were able to do then, with the level of advancement, evolution of technology. You can only imagine how far they're ahead. And so now, this program that makes you feel like the whole world is against you, they are just utilizing this test subject to continuously improve the efficacy of this technology that's weaponized. And on top of that, they are freaking contracting these clowns around you, because it's more than just what they can manipulate this technology to make you experience. But they also want you to identify with this. So then they don't control, they utilize an ecosystem, an environment where the target individual will always have people around them react in these theatrical ways, create a system, a program where, okay, we can use this technology, plus if you add this to this program, this layer, it will help. So for me, as for other target individuals, you'll see people act in certain ways, theatrical ways, and it becomes a whole ecosystem. Wherever the target individual goes, this happens with manipulation. In some cases, target individuals don't deal with the manipulation, at least in the way they can notice that it's being they're experiencing it. But they still have an environment where everybody act like theatrical and do these things and that. It's still part of this program. I, like many others, deal with both. I get manipulated in these disturbing ways, and then I have people around me acting in certain ways. And they want you to identify. And that layer is a layer that is aiding, helping, supporting the manipulation. How? By trying to make you subscribe to these things. They will look at their phones like, oh my gosh, I'm just saying that. These are gaslighting 101. You know how people can behave in certain ways so you can think of a false reality, so you doubt yourself? But gaslighting is a little bit minimized in the sense of like everyday citizen. You can be gaslighted by your boyfriend. You can be gaslighted by your girlfriend. You can be gaslighted by a family member in just everyday life. We're talking about gaslighting in the sense of in this intelligence community, like CIA-ish way. In this this entities that specialize in brainwashing ways. That they've created almost like an outline textbook like ways of brainwashing you. Where their job is to reconstruct reality. And you as a target individual, because you're surrounded by the ecosystem with this false reality, trying to implant that into you, should think in this way. So a lot of target individuals start believing that what's happening to them is being done by these people, instead of the reality that obviously is a massive government behind that. Go to another country. You think these people can do that over there? Why is it happening there? I understand the reality. For me, I get clowns. And that's why I say I'm thankful. Because they're utilizing the most cowardly, childlike individuals to try to break you down into accepting this thing. Not understanding, and I think they brainwash themselves more than me. Because this clown don't understand, like, yo, you are acting this way so I can subscribe to this. And they start thinking that they're in some kind of war. Imagine some teenage retard involved in something that does so much evil and atrocities that they think that if I behave like that, because in their childlike mind, in this undeveloped brain of theirs, they don't understand that you just signed up. You got involved in something where you are no longer a child because of what you're involved in. You're not at war. They will allow me to kill you just to get to what they want. You're just one of the nothings that they can make you partake in this. And the truth target individual, they want you to do this thing. They want to be, this mass shooting and all this thing. It's clear that it's something they happy it happens. They want that to happen. What do you think? Do you think they drive people crazy and not understanding, oh man, these people who's being pushed into insanity can end up killing? That's what they want. Maybe these clowns don't understand that, but the people really behind this, architecting this, do definitely understand that and want that. Can you imagine being able to change somebody who had no intention to kill anybody, especially random people like that, and all of a sudden get to the state that they are willing to kill even a random clown? Do you understand that level of control? Do you understand what they have been able to do? We can make a somebody who will never think about doing anything of this level, but now can cause a mass shooting, even killing children. Do you think the DOD can now look at that as like, this is super effective? That is amazing. They see this trash as what's the word? The collateral damage. This is, man, let them little retards act this way. Just okay. But what they just accomplished, if you end up doing that, it's like we just made somebody who had no intention to do anything but was pushed into insanity where he is capable now of doing that. We can start doing that in a more precise way. Let's make this person lose his mind, kill a bunch of people, and then get killed. Whew, clean. That's perfect. Let this retard, let them think they are war. Yeah, war. Trash. Especially when they use this, they use very childlike individuals. But what disturbs me is because who is exciting these people? Who encourage this childlike group? I'd see them every day. They will not put their children in those circumstances, especially when they understand, oh, we are making people angry enough to do this. Have real rage. They know, listen, for me, I know that I'm controlled. I've accepted my manipulation, and I understand that these people, of course, plan in this way. Oh, they know it's like, for sure he's going to see the fact that we torture women and children, and we're like, we are children. You know the rage that can bring up to somebody? When you see somebody involved in something that kills literally children, and be like, our children. What's going to happen to an individual when you create that disturbingness? You create a rage that becomes fanatical. I understand these things is planned. I understand this is organized in these ways. Imagine you do that somewhere where guns are something you can access. It's easy to access. Not only he knows that he's being manipulated, he clearly understands that his brain is being manipulated. And then this clown's like, no, we're just mapping. Insulting a person's intelligence to that level in a program where he knows they torture children, in a program where he knows what they do in this program. Do you know the insanity you can drive somebody? For me, I just imagine doing that to somebody who's a bit more aggressive than me. And see these clowns coming in there, no, we're mapping your brain. What the I think about it. I'm not a genius. I don't think that my intellect is so strong that I can understand. Well, I know who I am. I know that I'm no longer experiencing something natural. And I know this technology can do that. They could have done that in the 60s already. I hear others people saying that. I've been me long enough to know who I am. Also, I get these sexual arousals that these people can manipulate whenever they want. They can manipulate the libido. They could have done it for years. And I'm sure think that these people who also tell me they're going to frame me with children will now manipulate my libido in this way. In a program that is known to be torturing even children, that is pushing people to lose their mind. That you clearly know that they are trying to push and drive the target individual into walking to his death, her death, where many have killed themselves already. And I'm hearing retards like, no, we're mining. What do you think a test subject will do? Do you think he'll be like, oh my goodness, yes, I'm being minded. I'm not being manipulated. They're not trying to kill me. They try to push me to kill myself. No, they're going to be like, this trash are changing my brain. If I see them in these ways, I have nothing to lose. Can I kill them and die like this? Will I end my torment, perhaps? Where these retards are living a life of foulness. Target individual, they do that. They know that. Maybe the retards literally doing that to you, like speaking and implementing, are not this forward thinking, which it doesn't take too much forward thinking to see that. But they know the people really behind is like, yeah, do it, please. Oh, they'll let you kill. Go ahead. Then we clean up. It's all good. The story is this man lost his mind, this woman lost his mind, and that's what happened. He thought he was being manipulated by some governmental entities. Clean it up. Success. We know we're getting better at how to push people to kill in ways we want them. Drive that insanity. I know that very well, and I pray God to give me strength. So when I see this trash, I'm like, please come near me. It's not gonna be your freaking retarded reality. I'm gonna crash out in a different ways, and I'm gonna think about the horror that you guys do to women and children. Because the thing, these people know that you're targeting video. You're gonna see the testimonial. Maybe you're not as vulnerable as some of the test subjects, but you're gonna hear testimonials. They're gonna disturb you. Describing the same trash here, doing that to women with children. And so the hatred is gonna be growing. It becomes things that has been bigger than you. My hatred is not because they're just doing that to me. My hatred is that I even know what they do to children and to women. And who does it? And they're exactly like this trash. Even you can see the everyday citizen partaking this. From all walks of life. So you don't even, at this point, you understand this evilness can make anybody participate. There's no discrimination in the sense of who can do this. It's not just monster looking like, no. Everyday people, children participate, teenager, no, they even call out, some people literally call like this, like teenager-ish trash involved in this. Young people of some sort. They call that out specifically. It's shocked at how young the people participating in this are. Literally describing what you're seeing, what you're hearing. You see, there's a lot of college students involved in this. It's like a movie where you're seeing the movie and you look at it, what the? And then you hear this clown thinking that, yeah, you're gonna scream. It's like, I'll scream in pain, but if I see you while you're screaming this, oh, you failed. So for me, what's happening now is, I think they are understanding. He's not going to perceive us as this fierce fan, but he's going to see us for the trash the government utilize. And I see them truly for that. And now they're talking about how I'm going to be castrated and this and that, which adds more fanaticalness in me. Because what it gives me now is like, they think torture is what's going to create this false reality, be a real thing. So, my purpose is to let this trash know that regardless of whatever horror I'm going to go through, I even have to do it. I even have to run through it. So the trash that involved in this, who wants to design what they're involved in as this avenging program, when they clearly know what they do to women and children, I don't even want them to think this way. I don't even want themselves to dream this way. That if I do that to myself, if I, in my pain, my suffering, if I run to that, they'll realize, man, this guy is even willing to even castrate himself. So he doesn't let you guys live. Oh, he's going to be castrated. You see those people who can drench themselves in gasoline and burn themselves? What caused them to be able to do that is a sense of being fanatic. They can create that into a target video. For me, I feel like they're pushing me to that level. Because they think that is what's going to be. Can you imagine the trashiness, cowardness? So yeah, I'm going to burn you. What does it make you want to be doing? Let me burn myself so you don't understand that. If I can burn myself, why you think I am able to do that? It's because I know you're nothing. You're a coward, low life, who want to participate in this, living a fantasy. You think I'm going to allow you? A coward trash who just talks rude. And with me, they're using this tonality to try to agitate you. Called V2K. And that's when you can hear them pop their voices. And you can hear a cowardness who's going to watch me suffer in every way. But a little scratch on this little trash. Oh my God. And you hear, yeah, he's going to die. He'll struggle. And because they can pop their voices, they try to agitate me. And I guess in their mind, they think this sounds fierce. So you're the retard the government uses. I can do that to myself. Scream in pain, doing that to myself. Because I know a little shit like you is nothing. You just want to make yourself believe this fantasy. But what you've done, what you've done, which you may be now aware of the retardation because of the way you want to block the reality. But what these people know behind this is like, oh, it's turning him into something else. Huh? We've turned into somebody who never want to harm himself. Why would I burn myself? Even castrating, I could do it. I could do that to myself. And throw my private part to this trash. It's like, do you think that... That's the rage that you try to... And I'm scared to go to that level, but I think I'm going there. It becomes greater than this. And they knew that the people really behind this knows that's where things are going to go. That we are not able to push somebody, control somebody to that level. You know the level of control that is? Forget about just manipulating this person. But control somebody to, like, if you see this loser, regardless of whatever they present themselves with, he's going to not see them for what they are. Things can be dangerous. He knows they're nothing. Look at the patheticness of this. Come near him. Would they let me do it? Yes. They for sure. Matter of fact, they invite me to do it. And for me, God give me strength for that to not happen. But I think with time, I'm becoming less resistant to do that. Especially when they act fanatical. Now, like I said, it's clear this is a massive government doing that. It's clear it's the DOD. Who made they try to present themselves as the feminists, avenging me, it's making me pay. Trash. You know, it's so bad right now. They try to paint such a feminist-like entity behind this. The government behind this. We'll talk about the Department of Defense. We'll talk about intelligence community. The people in power, they can be changed, you know, every other year, every 4 years. Like, it's going to change. Things are going to happen the same way still. Today, the head of the DNI, I think it's the director of intelligence or DIN or something, is currently a woman. She was put in place in 2021 by Biden. The president changes them. The president chooses. I'm sure because Trump is now in power, at one point it's going to be somebody else, and I doubt it's going to be a woman. If it is, it's going to be a woman that Trump chooses. Before that, it was a man, and this and that. That because in 2021, a woman was elected, and today she's still there for now, and it can change anytime. It's like, yeah, you see, that's a woman, so we are. Fucking. I've been making videos since 2020, okay? So clearly, this has been happening to me before this woman was in power, and not even in power, before she was the director. Then somebody else is going to be, it's going to be a man, it's going to be the same thing. This man, this woman, it doesn't matter. And there's a lot of women in this program. But to still paint this fantasy of like, oh, wait, just because you see the director here is a woman. It's like, yeah, she's a... Well, who was the director in 2020 when I was making this video? A man. In 2019. A man. Then it's going to be a man again. And maybe someday it will be a woman again. Like, it's just stupidity. And you go to DOD, man, woman, man. It's like, no, it's our money because there's this woman there. She's there. But the president assigned. You think Trump is not going to sign a man? It's the stupid. Of course I know. No matter who is assigned as a director of whatever, this is a program that's led by the government, and they don't care what it's not a feminist thing. It's retarded trash. And they have no shame. They really want you to think this way. Target individual. Stay strong. Understand the reality of what is. Now, my mind is... Logic and reason is being rewired this way. By the way, there's so many women dying in this program. It's funny when I bring that up. It's like, she won't do anything about it. She won't. As if like I'm saying that because I'm trying to make sure that the she realizes a lot of women dying in this program. Like, what the hell? Like, okay, yeah. Anybody know is involved in that know there's a lot of women being tortured in horrible ways. So it's not about she wants or she will not, or it's to let you know I know what you really are. She wants, he wants, they want whatever you want. But you are killing women and children. And I won't let you live your fantasy in this desired, creative, fantasized, retarded ways. And send clowns around to try to disorient me into this fantasized dumbness. Target me, just stay strong. Understand the reality of what you're involved in. The stupidity that you're involved in. You know, in the thought process is so manipulated. Right now they make me think, no, but you know, you watch adult content with this aggressive or rough or this trash ass. Yeah, literally burning vagina to talk about it. Target me, just stay strong. I have no shame put that in the faces of the participants in this. I don't have no shame. Why am I dying? You know, it's talk about moments. Currently, I'm employed, and I can see the desperation of some people participating. That's like, you think I'm going to be more desperate in that sense? Never going to happen. What? You empower me to do that. Put that in your face even more. It's nothing more interesting to see people, grown men and women, with fully functional thought process, logical, becoming illogical, mentally challenged like individual. Forcing this false reality. You know who you're talking to? I'm somebody who loves the fact that I can put the reality in people who wants to live this fake reality. What? It's my purpose then. Thank you. Tell me what this. They've recreated reality. They might take my brain now. They can do anything. This technology is so sophisticated. Even memories are altered. So even to like talk about what I did as a child, they even exaggerate that. They're like, yeah, now you use a hand, you force it, trash. You just wish that was true because you want to make what I did worse. So you present yourself more as like the child protector. Stupidity. And you know how this technology is so advanced to the point where even in the mainstream, some of the things that they can do to me. Memory manipulation is such a possible technology that they are already prepping by addressing the ethical responsibility that we need to think about as this technology is coming up. Now, this is the mainstream. This is the civilian world. You know, military technology like the Department of Defense or the DARPA, they've been working on that so long ago. They're way ahead of what we civilians can see publicly. But memory manipulation is somewhere where it's really going to happen. It's really there. It's actually there already, but they're not really just implemented to, you know, in a way that's very open. But they talk about the MMTs, the memory modification technology. There's already terminology for that. There is already journals from some doctors writing about this ethical factors that we need to think about. That this technology is upon us. It's here. So we should think about the ethics of it all. Guess what is one thing they like to do, that they like to call out here, is manipulate memories. Would it mess with the self-identity of a target, of an individual that's being manipulated? If it's done in a negative way, if they can alter memories, edit them in ways that's malicious, what will happen to the identity? Literally what they're doing to me. Obviously, this is a weapon technology. It's a technology weaponized. Not meaning that it can be applied onto you in a non-weaponized way, in a good thing, but this is utilized in a weapons way. Because we're talking about DOD. One day maybe this will be transferred to the civilian fully as a thing that is just not going to be weaponized. But currently, it is a weapon system. Meaning that they do these things in a malicious way, in a weaponized way, in a way to harm the target individual. So your memories will be utilized in ways to harm you. They will edit the memories in ways to harm you. And they try to disorient you. They can make you have, for example, what they do with me, right? They can not only make you have regular memories. Even the smell of something make you feel like, oh, I remember this feeling, or this, not even this feeling, this memory when I was there in this country. I remember the fresh air. I remember where I was. But they also can alter it. So they do these things where they like make you feel, okay, see, you felt like that, that's real, right? And then give you a false memory and be like, this is, see, that's real. Right? Playing with this kind of like mental games of like, if this is a real memory, this is real too. We're not manipulating your memories because this is a real memory. So they utilize memories in ways that they can alter them, edit them, and then try to confuse you to make you accept those false memories. And they will create these manipulated memories and falsify them, exaggerate things that didn't happen to paint themselves as these child protectors and dangerous. They have no shame. Then use the clowns that they give a little empowerment, you know. And they like make me think of like, yeah, he used their hands. You wish he trash us. Try to exaggerate what a child did because this trust torture children. So they try to block it out by creating false memories. And make us go, oh, I'm so mad. You're pooh, trash. No, when you falsify memories, and you falsify memories of a child while you're here killing children. They make yourself rage in ways to negate the fact that you're killing children and torturing them. And you think you're, oh, yeah, when you are here suffocating a 7-year-old autism. Delusional shit. You think I'm gonna let that happen? Target individuals stay strong and see this trust for what they are. Thank you for listening to me. If you listen to this helps me vent out. Because target individual, they want this reality to be recreated in their fashion. They want you to forget they torture children and bring up an exaggerated thing that you did as a child. When I mean exaggerated thing, a memory that they falsify. Even if it's not exaggerated, bring up the real thing I did as a child, as a kid, while they're doing these things to children. And have that rage that they can't have there. Where they're in this. Nah. For all the children that have died in this program, for all these children suffering in this program, that all the children dying in this program, for all these kids suffering in seizures and all the different torture, I will not let your rage to be so selective. Target individuals stay strong.